Light, and even the distribution of galaxies, are also affected by a mysterious, invisible force that does not emit or reflect light, but whose presence can only be inferred indirectly. This powerful, invisible, hypothetical force has been called dark matter. Because galaxies in the universe do not behave in accordance with the theory of the Big Bang, the concept of dark matter has been introduced to explain these contradictions. It is believed that dark matter has the power to affect the rotational speeds and distribution of galaxies, and even the so-called cosmic microwave background. It is dark matter which is believed to provide the missing gravity which keeps galaxies from flying apart. Dark matter is also believed to affect the speed and trajectory of light, and is thought to play a role in gravitational lensing. Dark matter can only be inferred indirectly, but it is also believed to account not only for the misbehavior of galaxies and light, but the incredible amount of matter that should exist, but which cannot be detected. If dark matter does exist, it is believed to consist of elementary particles, heavy neutrinos, and clouds of heavy, non-luminous gas. Dark matter is believed to account for the missing mass of 80% of the universe. Because over 80% of the mass of the universe has not yet been detected, this makes it impossible to map or accurately describe the universe. The inferred hypothetical invisible presence of dark matter has therefore been introduced to fill in this galactic hole. An international team of astronomers and physicists have been laboring at this problem, and in 2007 created a theoretical three-dimensional map of dark matter based on data from the Hubble telescope from images from a tiny fraction of the sky, about 9 times the size of the full moon. Dark matter is depicted as a gaseous, gelatinous collections that condense in those locations where clusters of galaxies can be found. Thus, the presence and distribution of dark matter was inferred based in part on the distributions of galaxies which collect together in clumps in defiance of all predictions based on the Big Bang. Thus, dark matter, like billions of galaxies, clumps together, leaving vast, seemingly empty spaces, and thus the distribution of dark matter, like the distribution of these galactic clusters, does not behave in accordance with the uniformity predicted by the Big Bang. This three-dimensional map, however, was also based on the fact that light bends, twists, rotates, and changes direction as it travels through the cosmos. Light and even the movement and behavior of galaxies is affected by myriad and unknown factors, including that mysterious invisible force, dark matter and dark energy. It is dark energy, we are told, which explains why the universe does not behave according to the predictions based on the Big Bang. For example, uniformity of distribution, trajectory, and movement is a central feature of what might be expected if the universe began with a Big Bang. However, galaxies collect together in clumps in defiance of all predictions based on the Big Bang. Some astronomers claim that the expansion of the universe has suddenly and inexplicably began to speed up. It is believed that an invisible repulsive force is responsible for these observations, and that force is dark matter. Thus, it is dark matter which is driving the universe apart, and which is inexplicably speeding up the movement of stars and galaxies. It is this mysterious, undetectable energy, an invisible repulsive force, which is causing certain stars to behave opposite or contradictory to that predicted by the Big Bang. Picking and choosing among all the contradictory observations and findings, some astronomers have warned the so-called increased rate of expansion will cause the universe to tear itself apart. Others tell us the universe will collapse into itself in a big crunch. In truth, what these speculative flights of fantasy really indicate is that the temple priests of science have no understanding as to the nature of the universe, and are simply grasping at straws and creating ever more convoluted and contradictory theories in order to preserve their God.